Going for boost over. Well, I think going for boost if you're a boost merchant, like someone like AJ or someone, you go for boost.
100% of the time.
Yes.
Always, every second of every game, ball's going in your net, don't worry about it. Go get the boost and make sure you've got the full 100 to celebrate with the other team.
Never. Yeah, never. Always go for pool. Yeah. Number one rule of Rocket League.
Welcome to the Boost Over Ball podcast, where three aggressively average Rocket League players talk about everything RLCS with your hosts, Ace, Code Red Jack, Kyle Cube, and AJ Binky. So, if you've ever wondered when the best time to go for Boost Over Ball is, you've come to the right place.
I'm already on that Duolingo French grind for our next our next Rocket League event.
I'm Duolingo fucking Japanese, man. That's rough.
I bet. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Boost Over Ball podcast. To listeners new and old, hello and welcome to the show if you've been before, and thank you so much for tuning in if you haven't. Today I'm here with Ace and Code Red Jack. How are you guys doing today, guys? Oh, wow. Ace, Code Red Jack, and AJ Binky. Yeah. And AJ Binky. Yeah, that was...
Nope,
wow.
You had it right the first time. It is Ace and Code Red Jack.
And Code Red Jack. Hell.
Yeah.
I see you guys later.
My reputation expands. I am 2/3 of the podcast.
Impressive.
Oh, man.
I know. Me, myself, and K-Cube.
Yeah. But on today's episode, we're going to be talking about the world's wildcard Swiss stage that happened this past week, and we'll also be talking about the round one matches from Group A of the main event from the World Championships in Dusseldorf, Germany. So without further ado, we're going to jump right into the results here from the Swiss stage.
Dusseldorf.
All right. Well, I'll get us started here. So we got Swiss stage. We're looking at the first round of Swiss. Or do we want to do? How do we want to do this? We want to go back? No, it's not really rounds. We could just kind of talk through it, right?
Why don't you talk about the two teams that went 3-0?
Easy. Yeah, I could do that. Thank gosh we have an adult in the room, as I keep saying. So, yes, the two teams that went all the way through 3-0, we're looking at G2 Esports and Team Falcons. And then our next set, we're looking at our 3-1s. These are Crew, Space Station Gaming, Complexity, and then rounding off the teams that went through on the 3-2 side, we got Moist, Twisted Minds, and Team Secret.
Awesome. AJ, you want to hit us with the teams that did not qualify?
Yep. So our teams that were 2 and 3 are Power, G1, and Elevate. 1 and 3, Pioneers, Oxygen, Limitless, and the 2 0 and 3s are Valiant and Gaming Gladiators.
Yeah. First and foremost, before we get started, I would like to congratulate Limitless on winning SSA's first ever series at a LAN event in their first LAN. However, I mean, I do need to preface that with they beat their fellow SSA team in Valiant, so a little bit of a team kill, but nonetheless, still their first series win. And secondly, on that same token, we have APAC with their first and their second series win at a LAN event, and it only took them all season to get there, but here we are. So congratulations to Elevate on that. But what were your guys'? What kind of jumped out at you from the teams that competed in the Swiss stage?
Generally, I would say the first thing that stands out to me is G2 good again? And, if you take the Swiss just by Swiss, they came out of this. Them and Falcons were looking at 3-0s. Falcons, that's not really too much surprise, but G2 has not really been a team that's thrown their weight around in quite a while. So seeing them do 3-0 is pretty exciting, even though that makes them the possibly 9th best team in the tournament.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we haven't seen them look like this since Worlds last year, right? Up until the grand finals. So, is G2 just a team that peaks at the right time, or, are we going to see the same thing? They're going to storm their way through into Championship Sunday and then, lay an egg? I guess time will tell, but I'm with you on that one. I think G2 looked fantastic. I think Falcons looked fantastic. AJ, what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, G2 looked dominant. I mean, that's pretty much all I have to say. G2 kind of just, like, especially in the complexity game, they went kind of wild.
Yeah, I can't say I expected that, right? Complexity has,
Yeah.
looked good, in a 7-game series against Oxygen in round 2. Complexity looked fantastic. That was a great series. They sweep Secret, and then, just to show up and, get swept by G2. I don't know how much that says about Complexity not playing very well, but I think G2 played stupendous.
Yeah, I agree.
But, in my eyes, one of the biggest takeaways from the Swiss stage are, 3 NA teams enter the Swiss stage and 3 NA teams qualify. Right? And you can't say the same for EU.
Yeah, but is this the top of EU? I don't think so. So let's see how many NA teams make it. I guess we're not doing top bracket, bottom bracket once we're in the group stage. But I'm just curious to see how much further we see NA make it, how deep they end up getting.
Oh, for sure. I mean, I think that the top heavy talent of EU is still better than the top half of NA, but it certainly makes you see the moist Space Station series, right? And Space Station takes them down in 6. But you start to see, we asked the question a couple weeks ago, at what point, if you're ranking teams, at what point does the first NA team show up on the list? Well, NA's making a strong case that maybe it's closer to 4 than it is to 7 or 8 like we thought before. So, certainly it's a good showing from Space Station, only losing, their game in a best of 7 series thriller to G2. Complexity's only series loss coming against G2. But, they all 3 NA teams looked good. EU sends through Moist, and, they do not send through Oxygen or G1. OCE does not send a team. Sam sends Secret, and Mina sends Twisted Minds. Sam sends Secret and Crew, and Mina sends Twisted Minds. So, I mean, a good showing from NA, a good showing from Sam, getting all their teams in. So, certainly it shows kind of, I think, a little bit maybe the hierarchy of where all of the regions are. But with that, I think we can jump into our biggest winners and losers of the event, and I'll start out with the winners. So for me, one of my biggest winners is the NA region. People have kind of been since the major in Boston have been shitting on the NA a little bit, saying they don't really have the stuff to compete. How good really is G2, Space Station, Complexity? They've been up and down. But all the NA teams that were in the wild card made it through, and G2 looked fantastic. I think another big winner is Team Falcons. They made people remember, what they're capable of, what team they are. They looked good. They continued to look good in the group stage as much as they could. So we'll talk about that more here in a little bit. And the last winner that I have is Team Elevate. They take their first and second series win for APAC with the win against Oxygen and a win against Pioneers. I think that is a fantastic showing for them. They were very, very close to making the main event, falling to Team Secret in Game 6. But a great showing for them. What do you guys think about the winners? Did I miss anybody, or you think I should have left somebody off?
Honestly, I think you covered it pretty well. The one other, I would not say winner, but I would say maybe notable mention would be Space Station Gaming. So far in this tournament, they've been looking really strong, and I'm excited to see what they do now that they're in the main event.
I agree.
But yeah, I mean, but that is taken care of with your whole NA's looking good as a whole. Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe they got embarrassed enough in Boston.
I was also gonna say Elevate if you hadn't brought that up, but you did. So.
Yeah, I mean they looked very good, and there's a video that went viral on. Oh God, is it just X now? Do I just call it X? Former Twitter?
No, it's still Twitter.
Yeah, okay, I'm good with that. So the video that went, that was circling around the Twitter X-verse of Realize after the series win of him having an emotional moment, crying a little bit. Shows how much it means to him. As like really the lone full APAC member on that team, right? Being a Japanese player, and what that means to him. So congratulations to him. Congratulations to Elevate. But moving on to our biggest losers of the wild card. First and foremost for me is the entire OCE region. They did not get any teams into the group stage. Pioneers dropped a series to Elevate, a team that before that had not won a series in a LAN event. I think that Power really kind of dropped the ball. I think they had the opportunity to move on, but they did not, especially after an extremely poor showing to Twisted Minds in round 5. But again, no OCE teams in the region, much to CJ's dismay. Secondly would be G1. Up and down Swiss stage for them with a big win over Oxygen, but bad losses to Elevate and Crew ultimately seal their downfall and their failure to qualify for the main event. And then last but not least, I have Oxygen. It was not a good Swiss showing for them, despite Joria's being considered king of the Swiss format. I think he's lost like one series in Swiss in the 4 times that he's competed in it. He's gotten 3-0 3 times and 3-1 the last time, so he's a good Swiss player. And Oxygen would have fancied their chances of making the main event, but they don't. I just think that after a good showing against Power, they lose in game 7 to Complexity, and then I think they really lose steam losing in 6 to Secret and then 5 to G1. It's a tough way for them to go out, and EU loses two of their 3 teams in the wild card from that. So, what do you guys think about what I put there, and what did I mess up?
Nothing.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. You're a pro. You have a podcast. You nail it first try, every try.
Oh, yeah. That's why I'm the editor.
Yeah, you're the expert. That too.
Yeah, but I mean, it's interesting to me to see, as we talked about like a couple minutes ago, like where NA stands in the hierarchy of EU Rocket League, and you have Mina kind of bursting onto the scene as Falcons and Twisted Minds both have good showings. Sam is up there, Crew with a big win over with a big win over Power, and then they sweep Twisted Minds. So they really find their form. So I'm extremely interested to see how these quote unquote minor regions, not really so much in Sam and Mina's case anymore, but see how they go in the rest of the tournament. But next we'll move on to our predictions, and AJ, I will throw this one to you as a little bit of a spoiler, but you predicted the best of the 3 of us, getting 7 of the 8 correct that were going on to the group stage. So I will first and foremost give you a
thank you
nice clap.
Thank you.
So I'll let you take the section away, and you can talk about the predictions that we had.
All right, so we all did pretty well. So all of us correctly predicted Moist, Complexity, G2, SSG, Falcons, and Crew. So that leaves 2 more predictions for each of us. Ace and Kyle predicted Oxygen. Ace predicted Pioneers. Kyle predicted Oxygen and Power. I predicted G1 and Twisted Minds. So Twisted Minds did make it, so that was correct on mine. Apart from that,
we all missed Team Secret.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, we all.
AJ is officially peaking in the prediction game.
Yeah, I mean, he got Twisted Minds. That's a good one, and I think that a lot of people, predicted Twisted Minds based on, their performances against Rule 1 and the performance that Rule 1 had in Boston. So it's a fantastic prediction, and you got that one right. And we all missed on Team Secret, and congratulations again. That was a good prediction.
I'm kind of surprised you guys didn't predict Twisted Minds.
I mean, I just kind of thought, that maybe a little bit more comfortable on a regional event. We hadn't seen him in an international event before. Maybe the nerves would get to him being in person. I just kind of thought that I think they're all LAN rookies if I remember correctly.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So I thought that they would get to him more than they did, but props to him for making it through. So nice job again on the predictions. But after the Swiss stage finished up on Sunday, we had the main event started today. Where a little bit of an insight. We're recording this on Tuesday the 8th. So our Group A round 1 matches took place. Ace, why don't you run us through those the results from those?
Oh man, so today was a very full day of Rocket League, that's for sure, because we had 4 series and 2 of them went to Game 7, 1 went to Game 6, and the final one went to Game 5. So we had 5, 6, 7, and 7. So it was a lot of Rocket League, and it was, I don't think any of these series were a letdown by any means. So you have Carmine Corp taking out Team Secret 4 games to 1. You had BDS and Falcons 4 games to 2 with BDS winning. You have Team Liquid taking Complexity in an absolutely stellar series in Champions Field. And then you had Crew versus Ninjas in Pajamas with Crew winning in Game 7.
AJ, what do any of those matches stand out to you?
I think Crew going to Game 7 against Ninjas in Pajamas.
So
I feel like Crew could have closed that out earlier.
Interesting. Okay. Ninjas in Pajamas are technically the number 1 seed from Sam, though.
Yeah, that's true.
So, does that show how close the region is, or do you just think that highly of Crew and they maybe had, a bad performance or two?
Crew's been hot.
Yeah, true.
Crew is definitely having a hot streak right now. It's fantastic to see.
They had a very good run in San Diego. I believe a top 6, or top 8 for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And, they did not do as well as they wanted in Boston. I think they left a little bit early on that one. We did not get to see them play in person. But, a good showing in Swiss gets them through, and a Game 7 thriller over Ninjas in Pajamas sends them on to upper bracket in Group A. So, but I think that, I think you hit the nail on the head there that none of these series really disappointed. Everything, really the only one that I don't know if you can call it a disappointment as much as an inevitability. I think the Carmine Corp Team Secret series was as expected. I'm happy for Team Secret to be able to get a game off of Carmine Corp, but they looked very good. It was very clinical from them.
Yeah.
I'll talk about one of my maybe my favorite series of the day, the Team Liquid Complexity series. That was a fantastic series. Liquid finally exercises their demons. They beat an NA team at LAN and they win in a Game 7. 2 things that they in the past have really, really struggled to do. So as a maybe not so closeted anymore Team Liquid fan, good to see that for them.
Yeah, you've been out as a Team Liquid fan since like the first episode.
Yeah, this is true. Yeah.
Oh man, that's hilarious. All right, well, I don't know. I just laughed and then started talking. So,
what did you think about that BDS Falcons series?
I was very confused. I was very confused because when it first started, it looked like we were seeing BDS, the ex-world champions from the beginning of the season, not the BDS that just looked so dang good in Boston. And it was very confusing, but they came back and they won it. And by that final game, it seemed pretty one-sided. Right, BDS found their stride and they just went with it. What do you think?
I kind of thought that I think the same thing, right? So Team Falcons won Game 1 5-1. Game 2 was 5-1 to BDS. Game 3 was 6-1 Falcons, and then it kind of started to level off a little bit. I think that it really showed that Falcons had played 3 series already in Swiss. They were a little bit warmed up. They were accustomed to the game, the stations that they were playing on, and the environment that they were in, where BDS, I think they made some uncharacteristic mistakes in the first couple of games. I think they were a little bit timid. They played maybe not to the level that they would have liked, but by the end of the series, I think you're right. I think that they were starting to fire on all cylinders, and they looked very good. And it sets up a fantastic match between BDS and Carmine Corp to advance straight into the Championship Sunday.
That is going to be exciting.
Yeah. So with all of our results out of the way, with all of the matches that have happened, let's do our predictions to make it out of Group A. So of the 8 teams we talked about, Carmine Corp, Secret, BDS, Falcons, Liquid, Complexity, Ninjas in Pajamas, and Crew, which 4 teams do you think will be qualifying through to Championship Sunday from this group?
Like qualifying through to Championship Sunday. So that means
You got to win 2 matches.
Okay. So getting to qualified. All right. Well, I was about to pick Gen G in Rule 1, but that's impossible because they'll have to face each other.
No, it's double.
so-
We're gonna do from Group A first. So Carmine Corp, Secret, BDS, Falcons, Liquid, Complexity, Ninjas in Pajamas, and Crew.
Oh, okay. I see what we're doing. Oh, we're choosing those. We're seeing those 4 boxes. All right. All
Yeah,
right. So
and
from Group A,
It is a double elimination. So if you lose the first one, you go into a losers bracket, and you have to win 2 matches to qualify. And if you lose 2 matches, you're out. So Team Secret will play Team Falcons in the lower bracket of the group stage, and Complexity will play Ninjas in Pajamas, and then the winner of, like, so on and so forth, like a bracket works, right? So I can start us off. I think Carmine Corp will qualify, and I think Liquid will qualify both through the upper bracket, and I think BDS and Complexity will qualify through the lower bracket.
Wait, so Falcons play Secret now, is that right?
Yes, Falcons play Secret, and then the winner of that plays the loser of BDS Carmine Corp, and the winner of that qualifies.
Okay.
The group stage header in the Google Doc is a link to the Liquipedia page, and that'll show the bigger bracket.
Right.
yeah, I'm looking at the bigger bracket. So if we're gonna pick,
You're just picking the qualified teams from Group A.
okay, all right, qualified teams from Group A. So I think, oh man, we got Carmine Corp versus BDS. That's a crapshoot. So, yeah. So let's go BDS, Crew, and then Carmine Corp will drop down, and they're gonna beat the winner of Secret and Falcons.
Okay.
So I think Carmine Corp, and then Team 4 is probably, I'm gonna say Complexity. So I think BDS, Crew, Carmine Corp, Complexity.
Okay, I got that in there. I again have Carmine Corp, Liquid, BDS, and Complexity, and AJ as of right now has Carmine Corp, Crew.
Wait, so
So the winner of BDS Carmine Corp
okay.
qualifies, the winner of Liquid Crew qualifies, and then the rest gets filled out like a normal bracket.
I'm gonna say Falcons and Complexity.
Okay. And then we're gonna do our predictions for the teams to make it out of Group B. And those teams that we have to choose from are Gen G, Mobile One Racing, Twisted Minds, Rule 1, G2, Vitality, Moist, FaZe, and Space Station. And I would like to, add a note here that this is FaZe Clan without Roldiz, who was dropped. It was announced the day before the wild card started. There's a lot of information out there, from the players, from the org, from Roldiz, all saying different things. So we will wait to talk about what we think about, the coaching change so close to Worlds, and all of the information about that until after the event. And we will take into consideration FaZe's results in that conversation. But again, we will talk about that after the event is over. But I just wanted to make sure for those that had not heard that we make it known that Roldiz is no longer the coach of FaZe Clan. So, of those 8 teams, what?
Oh, I started my predictions, and then I realized I was muted.
Nice.
Yeah, so I would say Group B. Group B, let's go. Why has it always got to be like this? Why can't it just be easy? Well, Vitality, that's an easy one. I think we're going to see Vitality, Rule 1, Twisted Minds, and Space Station. Those are my 4.
I have
the only one I'm sure of is Vitality.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting for me. I have to double check now because I think that I think it's going to be Rule 1 Vitality Space Station and G2. Yeah, tough draw for Moist.
Yeah.
Ace, what'd you say one more time?
Oh, you can remember.
Vitality Rule 1.
Vitality Rule 1, Space Station, Twisted Minds.
Okay.
And I'm going Rule 1 Vitality, Phase, and Twisted Minds.
Okay. Yeah, so like I said, we will talk more about the Roll Diz situation and phase after the event is over. Also, because of the way that our recording and posting schedule happens, and the way that this World Championships is playing out, Championship Sunday will start, as I said, on Sunday, and the final playoff bracket, those matches will happen on the 13th and the 14th. No, just the 13th. They're all the 13th. The 12th and the 13th, I'm sorry. So Saturday and Sunday will be our playoff format for our top 8 single elimination best of 7 playoffs. So on Friday, after the matches conclude for groups A and B, we will release on Twitter our predictions for our final bracket predictions, and we will go from there, and we will talk about all of the predictions that we've made in our Worlds Recap episode that will go live next week at our normal time. Anything else that you guys want to mention about the games that happened, the games that are upcoming, anything like that?
I'm just excited for more fantastic Rocket League because it's already gone off to a great start.
Yeah.
I'm excited for panic-ridden, awful Rocket League.
Demo-heavy Sam playstyles.
Exactly.
Yeah, so with that, thank you guys so much for listening. Remember to follow us on Twitter or X, Instagram, join our Discord, rate us wherever you listen to podcasts, as it really helps us out. Check out our YouTube. We got some videos coming soon, potentially some video podcasts in the near future. Our Twitch, where we will stream some extremely mediocre Rocket League content and more. Our TikTok, which we've started posting more videos on. All of our social links and pictures that we've taken from RLCS events that we've been at and more can be found on our website at www.boostoverball.com. As always, from us here at the show and your favorite aggressively average Rocket League players, remember to choose Boost over Ball.
Thank you for listening to the Boost Over Ball podcast. Make sure to check out our website, www.boostoverball.com, and rate us wherever you listen to podcasts.